Hey everybody, back today, just outside of the gym. We're back with another 1+ year review today. This one's a little bit different than normal. Today we're actually going to be reviewing some paint. So I've got here what I use to paint almost everything that I refurbish at this point. So this is Rust-Oleum's Painter Touch Ultra Cover Flat Black. So you guys get a nice view there. So I want to show you what, after a year of use, this paint ends up holding up like on some plates. So take a look. So if you've seen my page before, if you've seen any of my stuff, you've seen these plates. So I completely cleaned them, refurbed them, everything. So you can see, so some of this is chalk, but you can see a little bit of spots in there where you got some, kind of light rust going on. So clearly some of the paint has worn off a bit. Everything in here completely intact because there's no contact. Plates aren't going to hit in here. No metal is going to hit in there at any point. On the rim here, got a little bit going on, obviously because plate on plate contact, plate on collar contact, plate on sleeve, everything. Same thing with the inside there, so you can see some of the paint rubs off. I didn't do a great job of plugging the holes. When I painted these, I could have done that a little bit better. Let's take a look at the sides. So same thing. Trying to see if you guys can see that. Yeah, so you can see just a little bit of discoloration on the sides. Not much at all. Let's flip to the back. So there's almost nothing going on here, other than really close on the rim there. It's just from the hubs. The other plates bumping up. So let's take a look at a 10-pound plate. So since these get tossed around a bit more, you can see a little bit more. You can see a lot more on the hub there, kind of beat up, and even on the rim a bit, because these are going to have contact with other 10s and everything like that. Same thing here. So what you can see are a few things. Or let me give you a couple of clarification notes. One is I have not done any cleaning of those plates in a full year. So I have not really wiped down the chalk. I haven't rubbed them down with oil. I haven't done any touch-up paint. I've done nothing other than use them, abuse them, throw them around, squat, dead, bench, on my various machines, tossed onto my sled, whatever else I'm doing with them. So these get used regularly. These are my core plates. These are basically the only plates I have other than the handful of bumpers. And after a year of use and abuse, again, with zero touch-up at all, they still look like that. If I wiped them down with a little bit of oil, even if I did a quick, maybe I dedicated an hour of touch-up, I don't think you'd know. So I actually have a small can of this instead of spray paint. It's one of the actual cans that you use like a brush on. I've got a foam brush, and if these ever get bad, that's my plan, is to just do a little bit of touch-up. As you can also see, the lettering has held tight, which is good. Those were done with paint pens. So Sharpie makes some paint pens that are pretty fantastic. In general, the two paints you typically see recommended are, actually the most common one is Rust-Oleum's Hammered. If your stuff is crazy rusted and nasty, I think that's probably the way to go. If not, this is so much better in my opinion. One, Rust-Oleum's Hammered smells horrible. If you do it in your garage, because you got some weird weather going on or you don't have a spot to dedicate, good luck with that, you're not going to be able to use your garage probably for a few days, maybe even weeks. Whereas this stuff, you'd actually be fine. I don't recommend painting in a closed garage, but what I'm going with is you're not going to walk out in your garage and feel like you're going to vomit or pass out from the fumes. It also dries a lot faster. I think it dries cleaner. I don't really personally like the shiny look that the hammered gives off. That's what I painted my first handful of plates with. I like this flat black a lot better. I think it stays better, so my hammered plates chipped a lot quicker, and it actually physically chipped. So like on here you can see there's not really chipping as much as just the paint's kind of been worn down. The hammered physically would chip off and like flake off. Part of that could be prep. I wasn't potentially as good when I prepped those as I did these, but I still think a big part of it is the paint itself. What else? And I don't think the hammered stays as long. I don't think personally it looks as good. And again, it's incredibly noxious, disgusting fumes. So I highly recommend you guys look into the Painter's Touch if you're going to refurb anything, plates, machines, specialty bars, whatever it is you're painting. Please don't paint an Olympic bar with knurling. Please, 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 please don't do that. Otherwise, that's the paint to use. Again, it's not that I'm telling you to go away from Rust-Oleum. I think Rust-Oleum still is the way to go. I just think that this product line from Rust-Oleum is better than the hammered stuff. So, alright guys, thanks. Bye.